Derek Minor is a math professor at Columbus State College in Ohio. He's a respected academic. He is not a union activist. As a U.S. citizen, he's concerned about the decline of the American middle class. So when he saw some right-wing Republican legislators on TV claiming that anti-union right-to-work laws bring prosperity, he thought he'd look into it.
Well, I was most interested really in looking at what appeared to be an increasing income gap in the United States. You know, you've heard of the 99% movement and the Occupy movement. That kind of motivated my interest, and what I wanted to look at was if there was a difference in right-to-work states from worker-friendly states in the measure of income gap.
What Minor found surprised him. He says the numbers show that rather than ushering in prosperity, the annual wages in right-to-work states are actually an average of $1,500 a year lower than in a worker-friendly state. And that's not all.
The four were worker productivity, so per capita GDP was statistically significantly worse in right-to-work states. Poverty rates were significantly higher in right-to-work states. Health insurance rates were statistically lower in right-to-work states, and life expectancy was lower in right-to-work states. Per capita GDP for worker-friendly states was 13.3% higher than in right-to-work states. And if you list the states from highest per capita GDP to lowest per capita GDP, 12 of the 14 most productive states, 12 of the top 14 are worker-friendly states, while 5 of the 6 least productive states are right-to-work states. So that, you know, that captures your attention. You see this list and you see the right-to-work states are near the bottom, whereas the worker-friendly states are near the top of the list, and then you apply this measure, and it did show significance at the 0.05 level, statistical level, which essentially means, I guess for the layperson, that the chances of, the probability of the rankings occurring as they did by chance is less than 5%.
So why are wages lower in right-to-work states? Minor says the numbers are saying pretty clearly it's because right-to-work states have fewer unions, and fewer unions means lower wages.
I think the evidence is strong in that direction. Certainly there's been a decline in union membership over the last several decades, and with that I think we've seen the widening income gap. I think we've seen more of these right-to-work laws trying to be imposed on the different states. Oklahoma, I haven't looked at the data recently, but Oklahoma, prior to Indiana becoming a right-to-work state, Oklahoma had been the previous last state to become right-to-work, and that was more than a decade ago, a little over 12 or 13 years ago, and they've seen a decline, I believe, in a lot of their standards of living as well. So you know, the correlation is certainly quite strong.
Ironically, Minor says that there are studies that show that while right-wing Tea Party activists are promoting right-to-work laws, the big employers say they have almost no influence on where they choose to locate.
I've seen similar surveys where they asked companies to rank the top 20 reasons, and right near the bottom of those 20 reasons are either right-to-work laws or laws that empower the administration of a company over the workers. So.
I don't know if I'm taking
and usually it's only even ranked in that list because it's one of the choices they were given. If CEOs were asked on their own to rank reasons, they probably wouldn't even come up with right-to-work laws.